Browns Hall of Fame left tackle Joe Thomas, his thoughts on the type of coach the Browns should be looking for.
I'm always a big believer in, if you are looking for a quarterback or if you have a young quarterback, you need to go with an offensive-minded coach, because everything in the NFL in today's league revolves around that quarterback position and the offense and the team that you build around that spot. And it's so important to be able to have that guy that's tied with that quarterback, that's your franchise quarterback, that's going to be in-house until he's not, because of performance or retirement. It's just too critical to not want to go with an offensive-minded guy. I think anybody from the Shanahan tree would be great. It's still the best offense in the league. It's still the thing that gives you the most opportunities to attack a defense. And so I think looking for potentially somebody on the offensive side of the football that can work with either Shedeur Sanders or whoever we bring in to be that quarterback spot, to grow together, to build their vision of the Cleveland Browns offense, I think that is exactly what you want. And as much as I love some of these options that are out there, namely in the building with Jim Schwartz, who I think would be a fantastic head coach, I just worry so much that if you finally solve that quarterback position and you've got a great offensive coordinator that is building that relationship and developing that young quarterback, eventually he's going to get poached and go somewhere else. And where does that leave you?
Yeah, that's a valid concern, and that's the reason Harbaugh answers that, because he's had Greg Roman, he's had Todd Monken, he's had guys that have had success. A young, up-and-coming guy, if he's not the head coach, very well could become one at your expense.
Yeah, there's no question about it. And, you look at, Harbaugh and obviously, Monken coming in for an interview. I think maybe, I think Browns fans would like to say, oh, well, maybe it fell apart in Baltimore, because, maybe there was something obviously between, Monken and some of the players and however it all worked out. But, if you're Harbaugh, what, you have a relationship with him, makes it easier when you're going into these jobs, going in there with somebody, who is, your right-hand man, so to speak. And, whether or not Monken necessarily wants to become a head coach, I mean, nobody knows. I think some guys are, more than okay with, just being a coordinator. Certainly comes with less stress. Obviously, it pays pretty damn well, of course. So certainly you're looking for it. Yeah, but I mean, if you're going to go out there and, say you bring in, Steelhouse, of course, or whatever, and it goes great for a year. That's it. It's a year. I mean, you'll take it because obviously, most likely you went to the playoffs and your offense was successful, but you could be back to square one in a year from now. But I think it's really kind of hard to operate with that, thought process just for me, because, if I'm successful, I'm going to lose people anyway. So, if that's the case, yeah, I'll be successful. And, hopefully, some of my jobs are a little bit more attractive, certainly when my team is successful, as opposed to, when my team only won, 7-8 games over the last 2 years.
Yeah, success is never a bad thing. And when you have to fill because of that, it's usually you get a lot more applications from people that are the ilk that you would like it.